Hello everyone, my name is Mayalkar and welcome back to episode number 18 of my permanent playthrough permanent challenge playthrough of Symphony of War, the Nephilim Saga. Last time, we did leave on a save screen between like two things. Last episode was super long. We reclaimed Embor, where we based our new resistance, because yes, we're still doing the whole resistance thing. And from Embor, we will try to reclaim the Empire, we will fight the evil, we got some more allies, all of that. And we had some suspicious scene with Beatrix that was trying to find the shrines of the Nephilim. I don't know what that is, I don't remember, to be honest. If I even knew on my casual playthrough, but let's get back into it, shall we? The Nephilim army makes its home at the city of Embor. This is what I just said. Thanks, game, for confirming that I have wits, that I'm intelligent. Hope is already returning to the land as the news spreads of Donar's return. General Lysander, who fled the siege of Fort Eureka with those still loyal to the Viridian army, has made his move at East Wall and has established his own resistance cell. Oh, will we finally get back the other people of the before Fort Eureka army? However, a large Imperial force is closing in. Pickles deploys the Nephilim army to reinforce Lysander's position immediately. So we will go and save our friends. Support conversations, Pickles and Yaromir. Wait, is Yaromir an actual person in the... I don't remember. It might be. Well met to Yaromir. I can't tell you how grateful I am that we crossed paths to quickly become allies like this. It's the perfect place to build up a power base far from Casimir's core armies. You honor me, Avatar of Donar. That my name and the people of Embor will be foundational in this new holy war. I never dreamed of being given the opportunity to pursue glory such as this. It is worth sacrificing everything, my lands, and my life. Let's not be sacrificing anything just yet, friend. Hey, can you tell me a little about the Duchy of Embor, please? We Southerners only ever hear about it as some distant, cold, lonely place. Cold and distant to you indeed. But that is part of what defines us Emborians. The northern plains are vast and unforgiving. For centuries, Embor has acted as Viridia's bulwark to the north and east, just as Stormrook protects its south, and the Emerald Sea protects. I don't know why I can't pronounce this word right now. Its west. Yeah, your troops seem to brush off the cold like it's nothing. That's impressive. I'm sure most of Casimir's men aren't so resilient, which in part explains why their presence was so weak here. For that, we are fortunate. For we Emborians are few in number. Our lands are not as bountiful as the green valleys of Rimorg. So easily the Southerners have forgotten their roots. Embor was their first settlement in Viridia. Oh yeah? Wouldn't have guessed. Yes, ancient Donari texts tell of a great migration? Yes, migration. Migration, maybe? I don't know. Escaping from Xanatos' power from the east, the vast frozen landscape of Grotnor. When our ancestors arrived in Felnamia and later Embor, we finally were able to forge a home for ourselves to prepare for the coming reckoning with Xanatos. not unlike what we are living here today. And just the same, the demon will suffer ultimate defeat by your very hands. Well, yeah, let's hope. Gonna need all the help I can get with that one, I'm sure. Marketplace, trade. Critical hits bypass armor. That will be good on archers, horses. Medal of Valor, whatever. Cloak of Cunning. Imperial War Banner. More squad capacity and noisy crickets. I don't want any of those. What do we have here? Simon, Uriel, Ingraham, and Theodora. All mercenary. Archer Captain? Archer units in this squad cost less capacity. Interesting. But I don't think I want him. Let's go to the tech tree. I don't have any tech points. Let's organize the army. Can you change class? Yes. You can become anything. I already have an ice mage. I want a fire mage. Thank you. Here I have Ferdinand that can become a warbow, and I do want a warbow. Barnabas also has some units that can upgrade. Well, become a Valkyrie, I guess. Diggory will become a knight. You become a Templar. You still cannot become an assassin, but he can. Nibbler can now become a silver dragon. And Algozu can also become a silver dragon. Do I want that? Yeah, why not? Let's have 2 silver dragons. Yaromir, interesting. He's a horseman. A horseman. What if I want them to become scout? I have to do and he has 2 healers. I did want to remove a unit here. Yes, because I want them to be a flying unit. I can add another unit here. Trying to see what I want to do. Maybe I should give Diana another healing unit. No, I think that would be too much. I might want to form another squad, but I will save first because I want to try something. Let's try to get some scouts. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Cannot become scout because needs more skill. So I'll have him become a cavalier, and I'll exchange him for one of the scouts of Barnabas. So Yaromir will be my scout unit. So to become a Valkyrie, she would need a Sunstone, a lot more strength, and more class points. So I guess I'll keep it like this for now. Okay. Barnabas. Let me remove your scouts. And let's add this guy. I want to move some units. Like this. And would still have enough space for another unit. Which other unit could I give you? I don't know. Barnabas can have another unit. I'll go like this. I think I'll do this. I'll have Pickles be more of a melee guy from now on. And I'll have the magical units go with Diana, which I cannot add any units to. But do I really want a siren? Yeah, I guess I kind of do, yeah. So what I will do is, I will remove Brum and add Klaus instead. Abigail is fine like this. Jaromir still has some space. So maybe I will give him a second. Here. Like this. And what do I do with my healer that is left? I mean, he has some space, so for now let's add the healer here. And that should be fine. Well, Athelis has some space, but I want them to fly, so... Okay. That's gonna be it for the operation squads. Let's jump into the mission. I will still save again, just to be sure. And then let's jump in the mission. Go! Yay! Lysander, their numbers are far too much for us to survive. So we have Narima, Sybil, and Raskuja over here. We worked too hard taking over Eastwall to lose it now. There is always a way. Let's go save our friends. Save the friends. Let's put Athelis over here. Ooh, can I deploy? No, I cannot add some friends over there. Let's have Barnabas and Jaromir close to here so that they can go and help faster. Ooh. A lot of mounted units. Some rogues as well. That doesn't look great. Not at all. Let's have Pickles be here. Diana, Abigail, Jules, Stefan, William, and Freya. I didn't look at the objectives.
I must stay strong.
They all have to survive, of course. Target turn 9. Okay, I probably won't have the target turn again.
Master Sergeant, awaiting orders.
Is that new that you see their movement? I think that's new. There was some updates not too long ago. It's either new or I never noticed it. Even if it's new, I should have noticed it a few episodes ago. Or I just forgot that it was a thing and it's been there from the beginning. That's also possible. Okay, welcome back for YouTube. I kept failing the mission, I kept restarting, I kept doing stuff, it didn't work, I died and died again and again. So, I was losing too many units, too many important units, too many unreplaceable units or hard to replace units. I decided to just go back, reorganize my army a bit. Basically gave some healing power to Athelis. I moved some stuff around, used some of my items in the organized army screen, and I decided to come back after that. So I will have cut the part where I failed so much, and we will be starting anew as it is now. Definitely a mistake that I did the other few times was to try to bait those rogues and those assassins to take them out, and that didn't go well, so I'm not going to focus on that. But one thing that I find that was kind of nice to do is to take these out and try to secure my position there so that Sybil can get rid of the horses. No, go down one more, please. Thank you.
Here comes Sybil, ready or not.
So I'll have it be like this.
I must stay strong.
I'll have Pickles come here first, I think. Instead of having Barnabas and Yaromir, I'll do things a little bit differently.
Where am I needed? A paladin never surrenders.
Yes, let's go there.
I must be
Let's have
brave.
Abigail come here.
Master Sergeant, awaiting orders.
And I have Barnabas here.
Command me.
I'll have Yaromir over here. And then I think it's safe. Yes, it's pretty much safe for the others if they stay behind.
I love this part. How can I help, my lord?
Wait, I can attack? Ooh, right, because I've got some war bows. Not the. I don't have the full day off. The full day off. I only have the afternoon. So yes, I decided to stream some in the afternoon, and I'll be streaming again tonight if I can. I'll have Freya wait here, and I'll have you wait there. All right. Now that should go better. This is going way better already. Oh, and I think I didn't show the mission objectives. Well, I will have cut the part where I show the mission objectives, maybe. So just in case, I'll show them again when it will be my turn. Oh, you fool. I like how some of them just always go for the tankiest unit. I don't know if that was part of the changes that I did in the part that I cut, or if it was already done, but as you can see, I switched some units around. I gave mages to Diana and more melee units to Pickles. So if that was cut, you can see that I did some changes here on that. I don't remember when I changed what necessarily, so... The other thing I think is I'll want my cavalry units to go down instead of going up, like I was trying on this turn, to help with these guys. So I want to not use my cavalry as much as possible to take out all of these people, so that they can focus on getting down.
Victory for Embor.
Getting real thirsty here.
Not bad. I'll probably be able to have them surrender now. Here, with Aphelis.
Donna, give me strength.
Okay, Barnabas can reach. That is great. Oh, they are shaken. Let's try to have them surrender. Good. Oh, had I known, I would have moved Sybil so that Barnabas could have reached. Damn. And it's too late to do that now. Oh well. I goofed, I guess. They'll be able to reach, most likely. Okay. Oh, but I can use the teleport power. I have it.
They'll notice this.
Let's have
one for
Sybil
sure.
come back here.
Raspuja is to be ready. Telling me who to give.
I guess let's have Raspuja come back. Oh wait, no. Let's have Raspuja go and
Strike like
give some healing over here.
Time to even the odds.
Oh yes, the mission objectives. So if I defend these 12 fortresses for 10 turns or destroy all the enemy squads, my challenge mission is for Narima, Raskuja, and Sybil to survive, because Lysander has to survive. I have 9 turns if I want to destroy all the enemy squads, otherwise, well, I won't have that objective. And yeah. I do want to try to kill all the units. There's kind of a lot over here, but it might not be possible.
We will always find a way.
I'll try to take them out.
My friends are counting on me.
Let's have them surrender.
It must be done.
Start bringing Yaromir down. Although, Pickles and Abigail will be able to come down. So you know what I think? I'm not going to bring Yaromir down. I think I'll send Yaromir up.
Command me.
And then I only have Lysander and Freya left, so I can end turn. I don't mind if there is one left, it means that they're blocking the path for one of their allies. I forgot he reached all the way over there. Oh well. I should be fine. That was a close, but I'm fine. We have a lot of healer, but as long as my units survive, I'll be okay. Because Narima can take care of most of them. Oh, and they're attacking Pickles. Interesting choice. Wow. Wow is all I have to say. Okay, well, I guess you have a little peek at what kind of thing happened last time, because it's all similar things, all similar, you know, stuff like that. So let's start over.
I must stay strong.
I think I won't send Barnabas down. I think I'll have to try to send I'll try to send Diana and Pickles down as fast as possible.
Where am I needed?
The battle lies before me.
And I'll be cautious here, and I'll fast forward. I'm starting to get tired of this, the beginning of this mission. So I'll try to send them down to teleport probably pickles on this fort when it will become available.
Time to even the odds.
Raskuja is to be ready.
Here comes Sybil, ready or not.
Like this.
I must be brave.
Would we have Abigail be up for my defensive unit? Or Barnabas can actually take them.
My
And I'll
friends all
have
come to me.
Abigail here,
Command me.
Jaromir over here.
I love this part.
How can I help, my lord? The army is ready.
Right. Let's fast forward this. We already know what's going to happen anyway.
We will always find a way.
Like this.
Getting real thirsty.
Stick on over here.
I can do this.
I ain't got all day.
The time to act is now.
And I'll go cautious so that I have an extra defense. And then the fort will give me more defense, so they should not just wipe out for some reason.
A paladin never surrenders.
Victory for Embor.
Telling me who to kill.
Okay, let's quick save. And let's try something.
Strike like fire.
That's probably not a good idea, actually.
They'll notice this one for sure.
Raskuja can sense prey.
Donna, guide my attack.
Let's have Narima do this.
I'm just getting started.
And then I'll use the teleport power to put Pickles there. And it's Diana that is here, so no matter what they do, I'll be super tanky. And the only ones left are the two that I don't want them to move. So let's end turn. Let's see what it gives. They go after Yaromir for some reason. I'm not going to complain. Much better. So I guess that's where we were. So I'll stop fast forwarding. Oh, that's super good. Super good indeed. I'm gonna use a lot of quick saves here because I'm tired of restarting this mission. You can stay there. You're kidding me. You don't reach. How come you did reach last time and not this time?
School is in session.
Well, let's bait them.
Sergeant awaiting orders.
If I bait one of them with Abigail, I should be fine. Maybe not. Let's bait them with Barnabas.
I must
Let's
be
have
brave.
Abigail close. I don't think it's necessary to heal.
Oh,
And
sorry.
let's have
Did you
Stefan
need something?
close.
Bet you didn't see this one coming.
Stay strong, everyone.
William can come here and seize that. Athelis. Just get closer, I guess.
Time to end
Jules,
this.
you can come over here. Now,
I
Nerima.
await your command.
I would very much like if we could take out. Actually, they're shattered.
Sayuna
Just
will never
make them
fall.
surrender.
Donar be with us.
Ready.
Here comes Sybil, ready or not.
For my people. For my homeland.
Battle formations.
I must stay strong.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's his maximum anyway.
What's our next tactic?
So I'll have you wait
The
here.
battle lies before
I'll
us.
have you come here. Ooh. Lightning from the heavens. Raskuja, I want you to get them.
they'll notice this one for sure. I'm just getting started.
Kind of bait them out a little bit. And then the other ones I'm satisfied. The rogues are the last one I will care about. And when I do, I'll definitely use some of the powers. Oh, they decided not to move.
The time to act is now.
Here comes Sybil, ready or not.
Go get the horses.
Repent before the righteous.
Well, there's only one that can reach, but they will start moving.
It must be done.
I think there's only one that can reach. Yes, but they will start moving, so...
Command me.
Swift as wind, strike like fire.
Time to even the odds.
How can I help, my lord?
I love this part.
Let's go with this.
You got a plan? School is in session.
I'll go cautious. Just to be sure.
My friends are counting on me.
Is that everyone? That is everyone. Now they should all start coming out. Oh, just these ones?
Ready.
Where am I needed?
For my people, for my homeland. I must stay strong.
The battle lies before me.
Donar, guide my attack.
Escucha el sensing prey.
Let's go this way. Let's do
We will always find a way.
this. And bring it here.
They'll notice this one for
We'll
sure.
go get the horses.
Victory for Embor.
Come this way.
Getting real thirsty here.
I can do this.
Master Sergeant awaiting orders.
Good.
Stay strong, everyone.
Escucha is to be ready.
Right. Good. Now the other ones will get closer and I'll be able to take them out. I wasn't expecting them to reach. But it's okay because they didn't kill and they only have one attack. Actually, and everybody is full life, so it's as if they had not even existed. Are the other ones coming out? Yes, they are starting to. So this is probably the moment where I want to use some powers.
Time to end this.
Telling me what to give.
I await your command.
Narima. Take these out.
A paladin never surrenders.
How can I help, my lord?
We will always find a way.
Let's go with that. They didn't surrender. Well, I guess now they did. Well, some of them.
Donna, give me strength.
The time to act is now.
Okay, if I planned my things correctly, all the ones that I'm potentially scared of will attack Pickles.
I'm just getting started.
I ain't got all day.
I must not fail.
Oh, sorry. Did you need
The
something?
start having them come back. I'm on turn 6. Powers. First of all, Blessing. On Diana.
Donar be with us.
And then I want to use Exemplar on her. And I might want to maybe teleport someone. No. Not really. Let's end turn and see what they do. They should all attack Diana and pay the price of it. Apparently this one... Oh, maybe this one could not reach Diana because of the way my people are configured. So far, going well. I was expecting the gun to play first, and not all of the other ones. So they're weakening her so that the gun will be able to do more damage, but they will attack only once anyway. So even if I don't heal much after, if all the other units have played, it's useless. So I don't understand the strategy here. There probably isn't any, to be fair. Now the guns are playing. So it did work. It did what I wanted it to do. They didn't surrender, really. No. Now they did.
comes Sybil, ready or not.
Same with them. What is it with everybody not wanting to surrender today? Well, I guess they are only shaken, not shattered, so it is kind of normal
it must
that
be done.
it is a little bit harder to make them surrender, but
Ready.
Repent before the righteous. Where am I needed?
Stay strong, everyone.
Sayuna will never die.
Swift as wind, strike like fire.
alright.
Bet you didn't
You
see
two
this
can
one
keep
coming.
coming down.
I must be brave.
You got a plan?
You can go visit the bazaar. Unscathed Crystal Lance, more dark resistance, Apple of Agility, Horses, Everlasting Potion. Belinda's Field Kit, squad heals 10% each player phase. Sunstone. Shock and Awe. Firearms unit in this squad cost less capacity. I don't use firearm units, that really, so. I could get another dragon if I wanted to. I kind of do. Mercenary, 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 mercenary. Overpower. Deal damage to enemy morale, okay. And damage reduction granted from terrain is increased by 50%. You know, I'm just gonna get the dragon. I'm not gonna care about anything else. Anything I want to sell? I think I'll look into all of those a bit more on my own between the recordings, and I'll use some of them, give some traits to my troops. I don't really think that is the most interesting part to get for YouTube. What is exchange? I can exchange stuff for Sunstone. Okay, I kind of do want more Sunstones because I'll need, but I do need to keep some Obsidian, so let's go with just 2. Oh, it's either one or the other. Okay, well, I don't need the Pyrosite, so let's get Sunstone in exchange. And then gems, horses, and iron, I'm pretty good on it. And I can exchange tokens. So I could get rid of my bronze token to get some silver ones. I could get 1 silver. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, that's gonna be your turn. I'm on turn 7. That's good to know. And all I have left to deal with are these rogues. So let's end the turn. Let's make sure I do still have everybody in all of my units, just in case I forgot to revive someone.
School is
Yes.
in session.
I do have everybody. Oh, some Pyrosite. Well, I might just go back to exchange it for more sunstones after.
Command me.
On the next turn, because there will be a next turn. Get the treasure. Ooh, it's a proof of merit. That is good. What is their range already? Alright,
For my
Pickles,
people,
I want you to
For
bait
my
them.
homeland. I must stay strong.
Let's get everybody else
They'll
ready.
notice this one for sure.
Raskuja is to be ready. Telling me what to give.
I love this part.
I don't really wanna bait them that way,
My friends are counting on me.
so let's go the other way. And I think that's it. I think that's it. The other ones are good where they are at the moment. If I can destroy, well, if I can kill all 4 of them on this next turn, then I will win. And I will have all of the objectives, including the one that is to do it in 9 turn. If not, it's okay. It doesn't matter much. Ooh, it did not bait them. Oh no. Well, okay, it's not going to happen on this turn.
Master Sergeant awaiting orders.
Exchange. They are shattered. What is their range? Okay. William, I want you to make them surrender. I will try to bait 2 of them.
The battle lies before me. The time to act is now.
Pickles will come here and wait. Athelis, I want you to heal Pickles' unit.
A paladin never surrenders.
Then Diana, I want you to come here and to wait.
Swift as wind, strike like fire.
Raskuja, you can come
Time
here.
to end this.
Jules, you can come here.
Time to even the
Nerima,
odds.
here.
I'm just getting started.
It's real
Stefan,
thirsty
as
here.
far as you can.
I can do
And
this.
same for Abigail. Well, I didn't do it in 9 turns. It's okay, at least I'm alive and I'm succeeding. It's okay, I can revive him. Oh wait, the turn number 10 is the last turn. So I can, but... I was gonna say, but please don't kill any other any other one. Because I can only revive 1. Now if I can kill all of them, I'll do it. I mainly want to move Raskuja so that Pickles can heal
Rasputia can sense its prey.
Diana. Yeah, let's do this. Good job, Raskuji!
Ready.
And heal them. Narima,
Guide my attack.
attack this guy.
Here comes Sybil, ready or not.
I'll attack Cautious so that they hopefully don't kill any of my men. Cool.
How can I help, my lord?
Oh, sorry. Did you need something?
They don't reach,
He will
so
always find a way.
Jules, try to finish them. Nice. It is the end of the mission. One turn too late, but I didn't lose anyone. And I did have a lot of people surrender. And I do have a faction rank up, which means I believe more tech points. East Wall, Fortress Inner Keep. You all survived. And you as well, which begs the question, how? Someone or something greater than us all saw fit to change things in a big way. Perhaps one day I will have a better explanation than that. I mean, God resurrected you, that's pretty much what happened. This is the Nephilim army. Everyone in this room and everyone who travels with us. This army's purpose is to dismantle Casimir's empire. If you don't wish to go with me, I won't hold it against you. No, please come. I miss you, my friends. Raskuja has not yet fulfilled his contract to slay all enemies of Pickles. Yay, my friend. He will remain. Those bastards destroyed my life's goal. I'm gonna make them pay, one way or another. There is no other path to justice for this world, and I stand with you, Pickles. I think the people have spoken. The old crew's back together, and for good this time, yeah? All I've had are friends, but now I consider all of you family. None of you are allowed to die. I mean, you can resurrect them if they do. Pickles, please follow me to the rooftop. Before you reinforced us, we captured a luxury airship that was parked here. Ooh, airship, you say? I keep also changing the Saunders voice. There's so many voices, I don't remember all of them, I'm sorry. I'm also kind of tired of this game at this moment, with how many times I had to redo that last mission, so yeah. And this is ours to use as we see fit. It will take some time to refit it for battle, but with it, we can airdrop troops deep behind enemy lines. Ooh, that's great. I've never seen one with my own eyes. Most haven't. We haven't flown these things for 100 years. One would have to be wealthy beyond imagination to own one. I don't know why I make him sound like a rich kid. I have to admit something to you. I'm afraid of you outgrowing me, outgrowing our cause. I do have a history of changing loyalties, like the way I betrayed Casimir to join your cause. It's not that. I don't need loyalty from others. Not to me, anyway. It seems to me that you've become the icon of hope in the people's eyes. As you are the icon, I would be best to serve people as your right hand, if you will have me as such. That's a relief. We'll build a new world together, Lysander. I don't know, the game is kind of making it like, oh, by the way, he's gonna become a bad guy. Hey, how about that? If I want to do some management between, I will have to go through this. So this episode will be just a little bit longer. I'll reach the screen for the organizing the army and all that, and then I will cut the episode. So I'm gonna save here. We almost caught up. Technically, the next mission is the only extra mission I did in my casual playthrough, because I'm on chapter 21 on my casual playthrough, and now we're on chapter 20. Ever since Diana and Pickles first met, the Nephilim prophecies went largely unexplored. Now, the return of the Nephilim avatars have made it clear that the prophecy cannot be ignored. The Historium Magnus is stolen from the vaults in Embor Palace. Scout reports track the thief to Karnak Mountain. Inevitably, Pickles is not the only one interested in retrieving the book. Of course. We know that Beatrix is also interested, and probably Casimir. So, I'll look to the support so that they don't really bug me, and I'll do the basic like tech market and tech tree and all that, and then I'll leave you, and I'll do the rest on my own. I also end the stream, but for now let's look at some conversations. So Sybil and Barnabas can become a couple, and that is, to me, the most canonic couple, I guess. They've been, well, for those two, they've been pretty much together since the beginning of the game, like doing things together, and they do have a few times where they chat together or exchange together. I don't know, I think they go well together. So let's start with this. This is the final point in the scavenger hunt, but the last clue said there'd be a priceless treasure at the end. What gives? Wait a second. Hi, Barnabas. Nice to see ya. I knew you'd make it. How do you know that? This was a challenging hunt. I might still be lost in the woods. Anyone who knows about you knows that that's what drives you. A challenge. If I made it easy, you'd got bored and I'd just be stuck here waiting like a fool. Very clever, Barnabas. So, you're the priceless treasure or what? Well, no. Just couldn't think of a better clue. Writing's never been my talent. I hope you'd consider the time we've spent together, how far we've come, and that's it. And that it's just you and I here in this grove. To me, that's priceless. And this farmer would like much, much more of that. Oh, Barnabas. That's what you want? Just a lot more of me? Gosh, this whole big elaborate scheme. It's not what I'd expect from you. Yeah, guess I just wanted to try something foolhardy again. Maybe show you that I still got a bit of a spark left in me. That's so cute, but so silly. The last thing I need is even more foolhardy in my life. I want the Barnabas I see day in and day out. I want a whole lot more of that guy. And that you shall have, Sybil, if you'll have me too. Yes, you goofball. Come on, just walk me back to the base and tell me how you thought of this whole grand scheme. And that is a cute scene. I like it. Let's go to the other ones. Pickles and Lysander. Different kind of battlefield. So much has changed, Lysander. It is like walking from a dream to reveal a nightmarish reality. Can you tell me what happened to you after the battle at Fort Eureka? By the time I'd returned to the inner keep, Diana had already evacuated with her group. I gathered everyone else I could find and we slipped out the rear Sully port into the river, where we threw together makeshift rafts and floated down the Herald under the cover of night. Myself, Raskuja, Narima, and Sybil regrouped and made our way to the capital just in time to watch your execution. Ooh, so they saw it. The moronic cheers of the crowd nearly vexed me enough to blow my cover. Cheers, huh? It was an explosion of emotion across the spectrum, not necessarily just tears. It was that moment that tipped the scales so that the coming disaster was apparent not only to the clever but to all. In the coming months, I attempted to rally opposition forces among the enraged nobles who remained, but the Dark Knight and his Black Dragon had an answer for everything we tried. Following his dragon's roar was always death and suffering. No one could stand up to him, as he acted as the vanguard for an army of powerful cultist mages and Casimir's imperial elite troops. After witnessing the power of that Dark Knight and your resurrection, I no longer scoff at the supernatural, but now seek to decipher it. After some time in exile, I reunited with my friends and we caught wind that Diana had organized a resistance force dedicated to protecting the children from the mass kidnappings. We sprang into action, taking advantage of the weakness here at Eastwall Fortress, and held out just long enough for you to arrive. It's infuriating what they're doing. Can't convince the grown-ups, so they have to tear families apart and brainwash the young. It is indeed unforgivable, but this also presents an opportunity. This is a war of good against evil now, no mercy required for the enemy, only their total destruction will heal the land. This is quite a bit more simple than reconciliation with a defeated foe. I still spare them though. I was thinking just that, and you said it. Knowing you're the good and that good versus evil does make things simple. Yes, but the evil also think that they're the good, but anyway. So long as you stay good, Pickles. Of course I'm gonna stay good. What are you thinking? I'm God. I mean, I'm Jesus, I guess. God reincarnate. Stefan and Lysander. Hey there, Poindexter. Boy, am I relieved you're still in one piece. Really? Well, yeah. You're the man with all the answers. Doesn't even matter what subject, you can always get a little dose of enlightenment from talking to Lysander. This guy. Oh, welcome back to the club. Thanks. Though I must disagree. The more time goes by, the more I realize I do not know. Yeah, whatever. Hey, speaking of that, I was wondering, why don't we just make a bunch of those airships and just drop bombs on the bad guys? No fuss, no muss. Easy win, right? it's been a long time since we used airships as weapons, and for good reason. For the price of one airship, you could instead equip an entire army with cannons. Because of the prohibitive costs, and because of recent developments such as firearms and war dragons, airships have become white elephants in war. White elephants? You mean like pink elephants, friend? White elephants meaning they're too valuable to risk losing, and that makes them virtually useless in combat role. They are, in essence, expensive toys that have no place in a serious battlefield. However, when modified to serve as an armored transport, they can be invaluable, and that's just how we'll be using them. See what I mean? All the answers. Love this guy. Hey, that airship got a minibar somewhere? I'm feeling overdue and mighty thirsty. I believe that would be an acceptable modification, if you believe it will enhance our army's morale. Now we're talking. Well, yes, I do believe it would enhance the army's morale. Alright, I'm gonna save. Wait, no, I have to do the marketplace and tech tree first. Marketplace, what do you have? Iron, gems, horses, moon thieves. And, Camram, Ariana, Benny, just Benny, and William. Okay, whatever. Tech tree now. I want to get pretty much all of these. Medic, Priestess, Templar, Hospitaller take less damage when they have a Paladin, Valkyrie, Exemplar, or Titan on the same squad. Yes, please. Acolytes, Paladin, Valkyrian, Exemplar, and Titan. Exemplar, I believe, is Pickles, and Titan, I believe, is Diana. Specifically, receive an additional bonus to magic resistance based on a portion of their armor. Yes. I mean, they already have a lot of magic resistance, but why not? Advanced breeding techniques. All cavalry gain max HP. Yes, that sure is interesting. And then I can get those two and unlock these ones. Status effect have more chances to be inflicted. And Magicians and Dragon ignore some of their resistance. And now we have unlocked, for next time, Dragon Bond unlocks the Dragon Rider class. So after that a dragon becomes either silver, blue, or red, they can then get to another tier, which is the Dragon Rider. And all squads in the army will gain plus 10 capacity limit when I take that one. So those are the next two I want to get, and then I'll go continue this tree because I won't have anything else to do, I guess. Like unlocking more artifacts, that's gonna be useful. So I'm probably gonna go for that first. Once I'm done taking these two, of course. In any case, that will be it for YouTube. It's been a very long video and I cut out part of it and it still is long. But thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it, even if it's super long like the previous video. The previous video was almost 2 hours long as well, jeez. I wish you a good day, a good evening, or a good night, depending on when you see it, and I'll see you soon for another episode of Symphony of War, the Nephilim Saga. Alright, finally time to say bye, guys. So, bye, guys.